So this is the exact system we use to book our clients more than 30 meetings per month. This is going to be the cold email side of things, not the LinkedIn. We also run a lot of LinkedIn outreach for our clients, which helps them get 30 meetings per month. But this video is just going to be on the cold email side of things. So, some context, in the past 2 weeks, I've booked my own agency 14 sales calls using this exact system. So I'm just going to run through. I call it the hybrid procurement system. It's just a name. But it is specific to our agency and how we run the system compared to everyone else. So yeah, let's get into it. So the main reason your cold emails are going to fail or they're going to get a horrible reply rate is going to be Apollo. And I'm actually going to show you the difference between an Apollo campaign compared to a Sales Navigator campaign. Now, this can vary person to person, but I found Apollo is just horrible. The leads are all the time out of date, and you get so many invalid emails, which you get an insane bounce rate, sometimes like 10, 15% bounce rate. And if you're not familiar with that, that basically just means when you send an email to someone, it gets sent back to you because it's not even a real email address. That happens to 10 to 15% of the time. More of the cases with Apollo, I've had that. So I wouldn't recommend using that at all. Everyone jumps to it straight away, but it's probably the worst thing to use. Even using Apollo as an email sender, so sending your cold email from Apollo is the worst thing to use. Instantly or Smart Lead, I personally use Instantly, but Instantly is the best thing to use, hands down. So second reason it's going to fail is infrastructure. So if your actual emails, which I'll show you here, like your email accounts. So yeah, if your infrastructure or your email accounts have a horrible health score, you've set them up weirdly or even incorrect, it's just going to tank your cold email. So from the start, when you first send it, you're not going to get any reply rates because you're never going to hit their inbox. You can hit spam. If you're not working with someone like me or my company, just literally go onto Instantly, go to add new, and do a done for you email setup. Don't do pre-warmed because that gives you the wrong name. Do a done for you email setup. So basically go here, never use your real domain to make emails, like your actual domain. So mine is onepeaksystems.com, one the word. And if I use my real domain for my cold emails, it will just destroy my domain. So if I start getting hit with a bunch of spam, so like my email is getting put in spam a lot, then when someone tries to go on to my actual domain, so they search up on Google, it's going to start not coming up. So it destroys your SEO and associates your domain with your spam behavior. So yeah, the best thing to do is do something like get agency hello or something like that. Get whatever. I've got a couple get One Peak systems, which I'm setting from. But yeah, get agency hello, done. And then you go next. Obviously, it might not be Ethan Grove, that's my name. But chuck in your name or your senders. Add that in all the time. Change it up. So say if you're a solo person in the company, obviously only use our name, but say you have like a 10-person team, use like the 3 top people in the company. So like obviously the founder, and then there are 2 highest people below them. Use all 3 of those names to make a difference, like to change it up a bit. Also, people don't know this, but female names get more replies. You know, I don't know why. I don't know if guys just reply to girls more. They probably do, but literally, if you use girls' names, that's where you go pre-warmed. Let me see. There should be a bunch of girls' names. Yeah. Kelly, Catherine, Rachel. And there's only 2, and Aria. There's 1 guy's name. That's because Instantly itself knows that girls' names perform better. So leads, you need them obviously. Where are you going to get them? Like I said before, do not go to Apollo. That's probably the worst place to go. Use Sales Navigator. Obviously, you need to pay for this on LinkedIn. You need premium, but it's worth 100%. You get literally the most up-to-date info because everyone, think about it. Every time you change job, where do you update it? LinkedIn. Every time you get a promotion, LinkedIn. Every time anything happens, all of these corporate guys and girls, they spam LinkedIn with everything happening in their lives. That's where you want to get information from. Because they literally update everything, especially founders who use LinkedIn for to get leads, like inbound leads. They'll post so much. You're going to get so much information where you can really personalize the leads. Let's say you have a business and your ICP is marketing agency to use AI or sell AI as a service. Let's just do this. Okay, so say it's from 1 to 50. And they are marketing agencies. marketing services. And we'll say for this, they're in the United States. And obviously you want the founder, co-founder, owner. Actually, yes, so you got 36,000 results. And not all of these are going to be good leads. So what we'll do, keywords, we'll do agency and AI. So we want agencies who want to use AI. Bang, there we go. Now you have a lot less. And now to make it even more targeted, post it on LinkedIn. So now you have marketing agencies in the US who are founders, co-founders, owner, co-owner, 1 to 50 employees, and they post on LinkedIn. And they have agency and AI somewhere in their profile, so you can reference that in your emails. So, close that post on LinkedIn. A good thing you can do is personalize your emails using their posts. You do this with Clay. You can't just do it raw off Sales Navigator. You can't scrape posts using the software I'm going to show you, but you would use Clay, which I'll run through in a second. So once you have your leads, this is 972, you do scrape leads, and then yes. So this service, which you use to scrape leads of Sales Navigator, is what I'd recommend 100%. It's called ICPs. It has a Sales Navigator extractor, and you get 1,000 per day for free. So literally, if you want 1,000 free leads, just make a free account and do this. Now, you won't get the emails with this. You need to pay and get credits. I paid for credits last month. I haven't paid for this month, but last month when I was scraping ICPs, that's how I got my 700 leads here, and then about like 800 leads in the other one, in the other campaign, which got me a bunch of book meetings. So I 100% recommend it. So once you have your leads, there are so many things you could do with them. One of the things you could do is upload it to Clay, enrich all the leads, and create some really deep personalization. Now, if you're just a beginner, so I do use Clay for my clients, but if you're just a beginner, I wouldn't recommend using Clay. If you're doing this, say you're a solo entrepreneur or something like that, if you're in a small team, I wouldn't recommend using Clay yet. It's pretty pricey, and you could get good results with not using it. So, for example, for the purpose of this video, I didn't use Clay for these campaigns, and I still got, 16, quick maths, 16 positive replies, and out of that I booked like 10 calls from these. So that's still a good amount of calls, and I think together I had 700 leads, so 700 plus 800. So like 1,500 leads, and I booked like 10 calls from that. So yeah, Clay is good. Obviously it's good, but it's pricey, and I wouldn't recommend it if you're like just starting out as a solo person trying to get into the game of cold email. But if you're in a big team, sure, use it. I mean, I use it for my clients sometimes. You can get really good personalization. You can enrich all the leads. It's good for getting phone numbers as well, which I'll run through in the next bit. But after you've done that, once you've enriched all the leads in Clay, whatever you do, you can even enrich them in Google Sheets and just use ChatGPT and automations on Make to add personalization, which is what I used to do. You then export it from Clay or Google Sheets and then just put it into Instantly. So once you've put them into Instantly, you obviously have to write the copy of the actual emails you're going to be sending. Now, the best way to do that is to have a deep understanding of the niche. You can use AI to do this or your own knowledge, which is probably better. But these are like the setup questions I use every time before I write emails. And this is the full cold email copy guide, which I use. So I'll put this in the description, which you can then hop on and use. Basically just run through it. What service do you offer? So for me, I offer appointment setting and lead gen services. So I use cold email and LinkedIn to book my clients a ton of meetings every single month and make more sales. So something like that. You want to plain language, simplify as much as you can. This is where it gets more in depth. So what problems does your niche commonly run into? This is how you should do this. So copy this. So I've got the niche as, market agency owners in, United States, based on what the leads that we were working with before. So do that. So yeah, once you've done all this, you've got the answers to all these questions, you're ready to write your emails. You either write them with yourself or AI. And once you have them, it'll look something like this. So this is actually an example of an email that I was just running for this campaign, which I finished. Now, before you read this and you copy into the ChatGPT and say, write me this exact email, do not do that unless you're feeling annoying, because you're going to mess up my campaigns and your own. Because if everyone starts writing the same emails, you just destroy a cold email. You have to be original. That's why I don't always recommend using AI. Try and use your own brain for a lot of it. But AI can be good when you get stuck, and it can really help you write emails. Try and make it different. Don't do the same as everyone else. Be different. So yeah, take a look at this email. That's one of them. And I'll show you the next one. This is also an email I've got. Bravo. I think you appreciate pipeline. Yep, so those two examples of emails you can run. The key things are short. So I've got that in this document as well. You want it to be 70 to 80 words to the opener and 40 to 60 words for the follow-up. Got here. And you got the results. So my results are generated $100,000 plus, saved our clients more than 1,000 hours on business development. So basically the 1,000 hours is from all the clients who were spending hours on horrible average methods and getting 0 results, basically just fixing that and saving them all the hours and then generating them a bunch of money. So you want to use case studies. Also, I don't recommend putting like big dollar values in your first emails, because most likely it's going to go to spam. So I don't have the 100K in either of these emails. Main reason is the spam, like I said. So if Gmail or Outlook sees that you've got a big dollar figures in your emails, it just looks suspicious and they're going to put it in spam. You also want to make sure that your emails are in plain text. Don't use HTML. Make sure it's set to plain text. So after you start sending decently good emails to a good lead list, you're inevitably going to get replies. So when you get replies, you want to reply in 3 to 5 minutes. You want to get back to them in 3 to 5 minutes. The human attention span is so short that they might be interested for a bit and then they reply and they'll forget about it and go on to the next big thing in their life. You have to get back to them quickly. So here's how you do this. You set up reminders to your, to a Slack channel and to get emails. So every time I get a reply or my client gets a reply, I get a Slack notification that goes to my phone, computer, and I get an email that goes to my phone and computer. So I'm getting 4 notifications in total, letting me know there's a reply. And always have notifications on so you can see it. And I'm in there straight away replying for either myself or my client. Depends on my clients on the done for you where I handle replies for them, or done with you where they handle replies themselves. That's up to them. But yeah, you want to get back as quick as possible. Now, here's what you do if I don't book a call in the first 2 hours. You dial them up. This is what we do for our clients. We find their phone number either using Clay, or a lot of the time they have their phone number in their signature of the email. You literally dial that up. So I'm in Australia, and so I use a software called Quo, which basically means I can call up US leads with a US phone number, not my Aussie one. So yeah, once you have their number, you want to call them up, and it's kind of different from company to company. For me, a different client to client, how you handle that call. Sometimes there's not much qualification in there. It's just, calling them up and asking them to basically book a call in, and that's like a 90% success rate. Literally 9 out of 10 times, everyone I call who hasn't booked in a call yet, they go, oh yeah, damn, sorry, I forgot, and they book a call in straight away. It's that easy. Secondly, you can qualify them, which is also what we do for some clients. We qualify them on that phone call. So you go, hey, have you got like a spare 5 minutes to chat real quick? And you basically just want to clarify why they were interested and get them to acknowledge they have a problem. Once they acknowledge they have a problem, they're more likely to show up to the call that you book with them and close. So having this first pre-qualification call where they know you're a real person, know you're a nice guy, and they know you can solve their issue, you're more likely to close in the first call when you have the sales. Now, it's more than just calling. So once you've called them, you also want an automation that you're running through instantly, where every positive reply you get, you're automatically sending them a connection request on LinkedIn, and then preferably sending them a message as well. So you want to get them on every front. Also WhatsApp. So we get their number and send them a message on WhatsApp as well. So we hit them on 3 fronts, or 4 actually: email, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, and calling them. That way you can really make sure they book a call in. And then once they do book, you want to be sending them reminders. So send voice notes on WhatsApp so they know you're real. Even videos of you speaking, like holding the phone to your face, they know you're real. They're more likely to show up that way. It's going to drastically reduce your no-shows. for you and your clients. This was a pretty basic outline of how you can start booking calls for your agency. By no means is this pretty complicated. I've tried to make this one as simple as possible. This is what you would do if you're just trying to get started. For our clients, it's more complicated. We use things like Clay. We enrich and personalize our leads on Clay as well. We don't just use this, but even then, for the sake of this video, I ran 2 campaigns in this like simple way, I'll call it. And I booked 10 calls. So it's still good. I recommend you doing it. But if you want to really get to that, like 20 calls in 2 weeks, 30 calls in 2 weeks, that's when you got to start using things like Clay, and then the HeyReach as well. So the LinkedIn outreach, I didn't really go over, but the LinkedIn outreach is basically just running campaigns through this application called HeyReach, which we use for ourselves and our clients. And that books us a ton of calls as well. So yeah, hope you like this. Give it a go. And if you're interested in my agency running your outbound systems for you, we do done with you and done for you offers for our clients. There'll be a link down below to schedule a call with me and my team. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day.